Hello, I am your Queen of the Night, Doc Moon, and welcome back to hopefully the last recording of the My Summer Job 5 Nights at Freddy's Creepypasta. And we are on to Night 5. I don't want to go to work at all. I was terrified, but I had no choice. I need the money, and it better be worth it. I arrived at the place, and my boss was waiting for me outside. "Hello, sir," I greeted. "Shut your mouth," he replied. I was surprised. "Excuse me, is there a problem?" I asked. "Yeah, there is." He began moving towards me. "The old security guard, the guy whose job you took, he's dead," he finished. You're kidding, right?" I asked. I knew he was dead. I just didn't want to believe it. "No, I ain't kidding. The funny thing is, you're the only person that could have been in here with him when it happened," he said. "What are you saying?" I questioned. "Oh, quit playing all innocent. You know that you killed him. I have no evidence other than you being with him at the time of the incident. I'll find more evidence, and you will be locked up," he finished. "Sir, I can tell you that I have never even met the person." "I did not commit this crime," I replied. "Then who did? An intruder? There are no signs of forced entry. The animatronics? Impossible." He didn't wait for me to finish. He stomped away to his car and drove away. I entered and sprinted to the security office. I want to just get this night over with, and the only place I want to see those animatronics in is on the cameras, not anywhere else. I entered the office and saw that I had a message. I thought it was from my boss, so I pressed play. I was completely wrong. What I heard was a deep voice saying a bunch of gibberish, along with a couple of screeches. The voice sounded a bit like Freddy's, and I'm sure it was. With the way they were acting, I'm not surprised I left this horrid message. I couldn't even figure out what he was saying, which frightened me further. I immediately picked up the tablet and began checking on the stage and Pirate's Cove. Those places are where those creatures originate, so I'm safest bet was to watch those places carefully. The camera went dark. Then I began to hearing pots and pans shuffling around. This made me tense up because I knew one of those things were making those noises. When the cameras came back on, I checked everywhere for the animatronics. Freddy was still on stage, thankfully, but Bonnie and Chica were gone. The curtain of Pirate's Cove was halfway open, but that wasn't my main concern right now. I tried to locate Bonnie and Chica. I found Bonnie at camera 3, and she was just staring at me through the camera. Her face was close enough that I could see her endoskeleton eyes. I began to scan around for Chica, but I couldn't find her. I checked the door lights. Chica was outside with a jaw wide open. I closed the door to avoid her getting in. As soon as I did that, I began hearing Freddy's tune play. I checked the camera and saw Freddy in the audience area, and I could only see those white eyes. I checked the door lights and saw Chica was gone, so I opened the door. I checked the cameras again. Bonnie and Chica were now standing on opposite sides of Freddy. I checked Pirate's Cove. The curtain was wide open. I closed the door immediately, knowing that soon the fox would be here. Then I checked the cameras and saw laying next to Bonnie was the fox. His eyes were wide open, but it was limp. The camera went black, and Freddy's tune then got slower and more, demonic sounding. The cameras came back on, and I saw that now, in front of the whole gang, was a limp Freddy Fazbear suit with eyes poking out the front of the mask, with streams of blood straining down the sockets. The cameras went dark again, and the tune picked up speed. Gradually, I began hearing footsteps close in at every angle, and I hit both of the doors shut as soon as I could. I then blacked out. I woke up to banging on the door. I checked the time, 5:55 a.m. I checked the camera and saw that each animatronic was in their respective spot. I thought my boss showed up early and wanted to come in, so I opened the door. When I did, I saw that same Freddy Fazbear suit with the eyes poking out of the front. I was sure I could also see some teeth, but I didn't look too close. The last thing I noticed was a bit in its teeth. It was the same one as Chica, only there was a dry blood all over it. I ran away, I left the building and drove away as fast as I could. 2 days later, I received a letter in the mail. with my check from Freddy's and a "you're fired" note. I didn't care. I wanted a different job now. I didn't want to spend another day in that place. I contacted the authorities and told them about what I experienced at the place, but they told me I should get some rest. Yeah, right. What happened in that place for kids was not right. There was something very wrong. I heard the place was scheduled to close down soon, but have a grand reopening next year. All I know is I never want to come in. What I never want on. What I never is that whatever went on in there could not be achieved by an AI-controlled suit. I now see that what I truly loved as a kid was a big, nightmarish lie. Well, I'm sorry guys, I guess this is the shortest video ever, but that's the end. And I gotta say, fuck. I know that Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria from the game is a very scary place. I mean, as you all know, it's got the freaking animatronics in it. It's got all the scariness, but I never imagined it to be this bad. Whoever wrote this story, let's see if I can find the author's name. Go back up to the top. Give me a sec, I'll find the author's name. But whoever wrote this story is a freaking mastermind. I mean, that was terrifying. I'm actually slightly scared, and I was just reading it. It's a thing. You have to be good at it. So it looks like I'm not too good with reading these sites anymore. But I have no idea who wrote this. I don't see any name. If you do, feel free to leave it in the comments. But yeah, my summer job, if I'm not afraid of creepypasta, good job. Good job. It's terrifying. So that's the end of this creepypasta. I'm sorry if you could hear a fan in the background. Between the filmings of my thing, it got really hot in my room, so I had to open a window and turn on the fan. I'm hoping you won't pick it up too much. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any suggestions for other creepypastas I should read, leave them down below. And that's all. Goodbye, my creatures, and keep on scaring.